This is 13-year-old girl's drawings show her view of being held in immigration center. This is in the United States. A woman, Andrea Armero's younger daughter, was already traumatized when the family came to the United States from Colombia in 2024. After being sent to a now infamous Texas concentration camp, the 13-year-old spiraled into crisis. This is what our country is doing to people, and has been doing to people for a long time. It's just escalated. Let's look at this girl's drawings.
A drawing made by a 13-year-old girl shows her view of being held in detention in the United States.
Wow.
The family kept it when they were deported back to Colombia.
Wow.
Nosotros salimos de Colombia el 30 de enero del 2024. Ingresamos a los Estados Unidos el 7 de febrero. Vamos a migración y ellos allí, pues, con la anterior gobernación, nos dijeron que, pues, nos dieron como tal la entrada a Estados Unidos para empezar con un proceso.
It's so sad that anyone can be tricked into being scared or worried about migrants. Wow.
De asilo.
They ended up in the Miami area, but during a routine immigration check-in last December, Andrea Armero and her two daughters were picked up by ICE.
They're talking about December 2025, obviously. So our government agents, the agents paid by you and I, went and took this family away from their community that they were trying to settle in.
And sent from Florida to an immigration detention facility in Dilley, Texas.
And that's obviously the famous concentration camp that people are talking about, where Liam Conejo Ramos, the little boy with the blue hat and the backpack, was kidnapped and sent there after being weaponized by our government agents to be able to kidnap his parents or his father.
She told detention officials her 13-year-old had a history of panic attacks and anxiety.
Que ella contaba con diagnóstico de ansiedad y depresión y que ella pues actualmente estaba medicada y estaba.
It's so sad, man. It's so sad. And a lot of these Republicans and centrists who support this stuff, they have kids too who suffer from this stuff, and they don't take care of them either. They don't care about other people's kids. They don't know how to treat vulnerable groups. They don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to help people meet their needs. They only know how to try to force people to do what they want them to do.
Siendo valorada por psiquiatra cada 2 semanas.
Inside Dilley, Armero says her daughter stopped getting regular treatment and the medication was intermittent.
Estuvimos totalmente en un cuarto aisladas, donde allí solamente la vieron.
You know how bad this is for anyone's mental health? To be taken out of your community, put in a fucking camp. It's like unbelievable, bro. Just let these people live. Just let these people live, man.
Dos consejeras, pero nunca la vio un médico. A veces formulan medicamentos y nos toca esperar de 3 a 4 días para que el medicamento llegue.
Armero says her daughter began writing and drawing, but her condition continued to deteriorate. At one point she wrote, quote, "Only you torment yourself."
It's so sad,
De hecho, tuvo múltiples cortes. En su momento de crisis se pegaba muchísimo en la cabeza.
These types of experiences would make a lot of kids start self-harming. And it's a reason not to make kids experience heightened adversity. Like, for what? For what? They didn't have legal documentation? Give them legal documentation then. Problem solved.
Palabras eran de que no quería vivir más, porque si ella iba a seguir viviendo el encierro, que ella prefería morirse.
Oh man, this mom, like.
Documents reviewed by the Associated Press confirm that the 13-year-old had attempted suicide while at Dilley. The AP reached out to the department.
Wow, and think about the Republicans and centrists working at these concentration camps, going home to their families. Oh, honey, how was your day at work? Oh, it was a little stressful. This 13-year-old girl tried to kill herself. But we restrained her. Oh, okay. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. What's on TV?
Department of Homeland Security, which said there had been a case of self-harm at Dilley, but it involved a boy, and did not respond to detailed questions about this case.
They don't even care enough to respond and to be like honest with the American public about how many kids were making attempt suicide by locking them up in concentration camps because they don't have legal documentation. But that's not why we're doing it, right? Because there is a lot of people with legal documentation, asylum seekers, people who have green cards, people who are going through a legal process. We mentioned 350,000 Haitians. So it's not because they don't have legal documents. So when you try to say, when you're a centrist or Republican saying, well, shouldn't there be consequences for not having legal documentation? These are not the consequences for not having legal documentation, because these same consequences are faced by people who have legal documentation. So what is the commonality? Why are these people facing these consequences? Because they're not white. I mean, some of them are white occasionally. So like there can be multiple reasons. We talked about a Russian family locked up for like months or something. Like it's not just racism. It's the idea of authoritarianism, the idea that daddy knows best, the idea that our government should be controlling people's lives on such a granular level and degrading people's dignity. Some people want that because then it allows them to also support things like the government just funneling money to oligarchs. Well, if the government can take complete control of a child's life so much that that kid wants to kill themselves, then the government can also take complete control of a company's right to earn as much profits as they want. Maybe it's a tenuous comparison, but you have to find these commonalities because they're not doing it because these people are undocumented. And even if they were, is that a good reason? People are undocumented, so we need to lock them up in a camp. We need to get them out of the country. Why? Why is deporting someone the consequence for being undocumented? Why? Is the consequence for speeding that you don't get to drive anymore? Yeah, if it's really severe. And just I think if an undocumented person commits like a certain severity of crime, yeah, get them out of here. I guess. Even then, it's like, why not just send them to jail? But okay, I don't know. I guess I can grant that if someone's undocumented and commits like a murder or like a serious crime, you could say they forfeit, their right to live in this country. I guess I'm not super convinced by that, but it's like I would be willing to go there. But at a certain point, all that matters is the safety of communities and the health of communities. It's not, what doesn't matter is this abstract ideological principle of punishing vulnerable people. That's what I don't like. And that's what I think a lot of centrists and Republicans want, is just the right for they want the might is right mentality to be enacted and performed.
Dilley is the same facility where 5-year-old Liam Conejo Ramos and his father were sent from Minneapolis and later released. It's where detainees, including Armero and activists, have participated in protests over the condition and treatment received at the facility. The family was recently deported back to Colombia, where Armero continues to look for a safe place for her children.
I would much prefer an undocumented person to be in the United States, living in a community that they're trying to settle in, than sending them back to where they came from, where they went so far out of their way to leave because obviously they don't feel like they can live there. So just let them stay in the United States. What does it cost anyone? They pay taxes. They pay on everything they buy. They pay taxes. They support our communities. They work. These are just people. They're cool. They're nice. They're chill. They're way nicer than people like me. You know what I mean? Who are entitled.
And medication for her daughter.
Mi hija mayor pues está descompensada porque pues ya anoche ya no tenía medicamento.
Man, this is so fucked.
Entonces, digamos que la situación en la que estamos en estos momentos es un poco difícil. Actualmente pues aquí en Colombia no tenemos
They have no family in Colombia.
familia, dónde llegar, entonces estamos donde una amiga. Digamos que uno como madre trata de hacer lo posible.
It's so sad, man. It makes me want to cry. This mother feels like she's doing something wrong. Like you're doing everything right. It's the government stepping on people's families. Oh man. I've worked with suicidal kids before. I've had clients who were suicidal kids. It's so sad. It's so sad. Like a kid who doesn't want to live. Who's temporarily been made to feel like they don't want to live. Deep down, obviously, they want to live. They just want to be able to get their needs met. You lock them up in a cage because they don't have documentation. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. That's a crime to not have documentation. No, that's a civil violation, dude. You don't take away their rights. You don't take away their rights to freedom of movement. Like, I don't know, man. Like, what does it cost us to just give these people, like, a path to citizenship? What does it cost us? What does it cost you? Any centrist or Republican that cares about this and thinks it affects them is impotent. You're an impotent loser. What the fuck is wrong with you? You think this affects your life? You can't get a job because this woman and her 13-year-old daughter are in Miami? Are you kidding me? You can't get a job because of that? Are you kidding me? It's really so similar to the targeting of Jews in Nazi Germany. Like, it's just like blaming social issues on a vulnerable minority group, and then making that vulnerable minority group's identity be the crime. Their identity as undocumented people. It's an aspect of their identity, just like being Jewish is an aspect of my identity. And you could say if you're a Nazi, you could say, well, being Jewish is a crime in itself. You think people don't think that? There are people that think that. Just like there are people that think being Muslim is a crime in and of itself. There are people who think being undocumented is a crime in and of itself. It's not. It's a civil violation in almost every case. It's something that you can have consequences for. You could say, well, here's your court date to come and begin your process of attaining citizenship. That's the consequence of being undocumented. What does it cost anyone? This is a podcast.